Golden Shield's a brand new company. We're exploring for gold in Guyana. We're part of the Inventor Capital Group. Take a look at the disclaimer. I'm going to make some forward-looking statements during this presentation. This is the capital structure. We have 27 million shares trading right now. The last financing was 85 cents. And we have about 1.8 million cash, which at our current burn rate will see us through to Q3. The investment highlights, as Gwen said, we're a brand new company. We have 3 projects that we own 100% of in Guyana. The flagship is the Marudi project, where there's 270,000 ounces in historic indicated resource and about another 87,000 in inferred, for around about 350,000 in the historic resource. That's not really the reason we're there. We're looking for something much bigger, but it's an indication that there is the continuity to form deposits like that. We've started drilling. We've drilled around about 2,800 meters in 13 holes. The first batch of results came out at the beginning of the week, 3 holes, which included 9.75 meters at 11.9 grams, which was a new zone rather in the footwall of the deposit. The Mazoa Hill deposit forms a slab, and we encountered another zone in the base of the slab. So we're excited about that and need to follow up on that. And additionally, we drilled 43 meters at 1.39 grams a ton, also in that footwall zone. And the significance of that is the Mazoa Hill deposit has it's a high-grade deposit, as you can tell from the first intercept, but it has a lower-grade halo around it, and we think that 45 meters at 1.39 grams might be the edge of another system. So that's something else we need to follow up on. As I said, we're fully funded, and the nice thing about where we're working is we can work year-round and we can drill year-round, so we expect news to be forthcoming as we go forward through the rest of the year. We're mostly geologists on the team. I'm a geologist. Through Inventor and through a number of other sources, we have access to capital, and we have a good track record in the industry. I'm a geologist. I've been working in the industry for 27 years. I worked for a major mining company for 10, and I've been working for Ross Beatty for the last 17, and I was with him through the whole Lumina copper cycle, if any of you remember that. And Hilbert Shields he's really the key to the team. He's president and CEO, and he's Guyanese and Canadian. He was VP Exploration for Golden Star. He knows Guyana backwards. He knows all the projects. He knows the people. It's a very small country. There's just 1 million people there, 300,000 in Georgetown. So it's important to have connections if you want to make deals with underlying property owners. So he's really the key to the team. Colin Porter is our VP Exploration. Colin has been working in West Africa for Anglo Gold as a structural geologist for the last 25 years. So he really brings a technical expertise to the team, and he knows how to explore for these deposit types. The other person I bring your attention to is Alison Redford on the board. She's the ex-premier of Alberta. She's involved because of her interest in Guyana through the oil and gas industry and her general interest in the extractive industry, so she's a real asset. Velko Burchek is a partner in Venture Capital, and Janine Richardson is the ex-CFO of ISO Energy. So that rounds out the board. The reason we're interested in Guyana is not really rocket science. As many of you will know, it's the same rocks as West Africa, just it's separated when the Atlantic Ocean opened up. But there's a lot more mines that have been found in West Africa. There's about 270 million ounces found in West Africa compared to 110 million ounces in the Guyana Shield. So just intuitively, that tells me and others that there's more mines to be found there. And I think the reason they haven't been found yet is the infrastructure in Guyana and the Guyana Shield just isn't as good as it is in West Africa. So it's just not as easy to explore there. Guyana right now is an interesting place because there's been a huge oil discovery offshore that gives the company now more oil reserves than Bahrain. It has huge economic growth. The GDP grew at 31% in 2002. And the government is putting a lot of that money into infrastructure and building roads, upgrading airports, that kind of thing, all of which has facilitated exploration and continues to do so. Added to that, it's a stable jurisdiction, English speaking, and it has a long mining history, mainly in bauxite, and to a lesser extent mining, but nonetheless, it does have a mining history, and we feel very happy being there because of that. And I think because of these factors, there's been an uptick in the amount of M&A and JV activity in the gold mining industry in Guyana. And importantly, Barrick entered the country for the first time in this cycle last year, and they're the first major mining company to open an office there. So I see more news coming out of Guyana and more discoveries happening in Guyana in the future years. So, as I said, we have 3 properties in our portfolio. The flagship is Marudi Mountain, approximately 5,500 hectares with a historic resource. We currently have 9 prospects that we're following up, 2 of which we've drilled in the last phase of drilling, and we're generating more. As a general comment, the project is underexplored, I would say, and we think there's a lot more to do there and a lot more to be found there. The second project is Arakaka, which is a huge land package, 17.7 thousand hectares, about $25 million spent on it historically. Lots of work, and we're currently compiling that, and we intend to get to drill that in the second half of the year. And Fish Creek is another large project, 6,000 hectares, with about 100,000 ounces of gold that has come out of it as artisanal production from small pits at surface. Not very much work done to date. We're going to fly some geophysics and compile the data and again look to drilling that in the second half of the year. So focusing in on Marudi Mountain, as I said, we feel there's lots more to be done there. The 2 prospects in black are the ones we've drilled, Mazoa Hill and Toucan Creek. The ones in yellow are ones that we haven't drilled yet and we're currently exploring. So zooming in on the work we've done so far, as I said, we've drilled 7 holes at Mazoa Hill, which you can see in the lower part of the map. The first 3 we've published, the remaining 4 we have yet to receive, and that's about 1.5 kilometers from Toucan Creek, which is the second area we drilled, which we came across it, or we got results in as we were drilling at Mazoa Hill. We got some compelling grades back from surface. The host rock at Mazoa Hill is a quartz metachert. It looks like a sandstone. It's massive, blocky, and forms kind of a slab. And that's what carries the gold. And we saw the same rocks at surface at Toucan Creek, so that was an immediate drill target for us. So we took the drill over there and drilled 6 holes into that, and we're currently waiting the results from that. So in terms of analogs for Marudi and why we're excited about it, the best analog we can find right now is Rosabelle in Suriname. Approximately 10 million ounces is located in the map on the right. You can see the pits and the drilling there. The rocks look extremely similar to what we see at Marudi, and we interpret it to be the same kind of system. So those 2 maps are at the same scale, and the message with this slide is there's plenty of room at Marudi to find multi-million ounces based on the Rosabelle analog. So the first 3 holes we drilled, I went through those in bold, are the 2 footwall zones that were new discoveries with the new model we're using. And really this confirmed the grade that's there and the mineralization that we knew there, and as I said, and also confirmed that it's open for expansion, and that's what we're going to focus on in the coming months. So in terms of Golden Shield's growth strategy, it's really three-pronged, which is expand on the known zones we have at Mazoa Hill, and increase that resource, as well as hitting the other targets on the wider Marudi property and developing resources on those. Additionally, exploring the two additional properties, Arakaka and Fish Creek, developing those to drill phase and then drill testing those. And thirdly, leveraging our in-country relationships through Hilbert Shields and the other Guyanese that we have on staff, because there's lots of projects to evaluate in Guyana, lots of things to do, and lots of potential. So we see those three areas where we're going to grow the company. So in terms of what we're doing, I already spoke to Marudi. We're basically going to keep drilling, keep developing those 8 additional prospects, getting those to drill stage and testing those, as well as bringing more up behind them, and doing data compilation and surface work at Arakaka and Fish Creek to get those to drill stage in the second half of the year. So why Golden Shield? As I said, it's a really new company. We're not really a widely known story just yet. We pulled together some comparables in Guyana. We have a very low market cap, as I say, really because I think the story hasn't got out. So I think things look good for the future, and we'll keep the news coming and see what happens.